And welcome to episode 121 of Hero Power. I'm your host, Avantes, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Zeroshio.
Welcome, thank you. You hold the applause. Yeah, I played that myself.
Oh, okay. And Virsica.
Yeah, I caught the little guitar on. We came back. You were putting something away. I was like, "What was that?" So I was checking out the Twitch stream to get the skinny on what you were putting away.
Yeah. It's a shame Kurt took your song.
Yeah. It was a cover. I did a cover. It's Kurt's original. I was just covering it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, have you guys listened to any of Kurt's music? Yeah, he'll post on his Twitter feed when he's live somewhere. Have you tuned into any of that yet?
Oh yeah.
Dude is awesome.
He's amazing. Like every time I see one of those come up, I'm clicking in, and the whole time he's playing, I'm thinking, this is the guy that did our intro. I swell up with pride.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. So, all right, we got a good bit to talk about today. Most of it related to last week's show. So I think we should just kind of start. First, I want to welcome a new patron, Mr. Vlad Wildstone. Welcome, sir. So excited to have you. If you guys have not checked out his Twitter, you should look him up and follow him on YouTube as well. YouTube.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
He actually did a video covering what we're going to be talking about in the first few emails over at his YouTube channel, which I believe is Vlad Wildstone, just his name.
Yep.
It's touching. It's awesome. And we really appreciate you being part of the community. Thank you.
Yeah. And so, from me, I want to give him a special thank you because a lot of people came out in public support this week. A lot of people gave us airtimes. Vlad actually did a special show, and he did it like off schedule. Like he felt so compelled that he went off schedule, did an impromptu show, and that meant a lot. That meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to you guys too. So, just thank you, and to publicly commit to our patron on the show right there, where everyone could see you do it, was a huge statement of support as well. And for that, I thank you as well.
Yeah, it was an awesome week. So for those of you tuning in, last week we read an email from a listener to Virsica that was pretty derogatory and downing in nature. And the Hearthstone community really stepped up. And we have always advocated since early on for the Hearthstone community, because we believe the Hearthstone community is just full of awesome people. And they came out in droves this week. And on Twitter... Yes. On Twitter, on, Facebook, on YouTube, everywhere, there were just messages of support, and we were just blown away by all of it. Thank you all so much. A few of you did write a few emails into us, and as we are prone to do, as we proved last week, we will read those emails on the show. So I will start, and the first email says, guys, I got to say a couple things in response to the email about Virsica last week. First off, Virsica adds great counterpoints and balance to Zeroshio and Avantes to make for a great show. Second point is huge props to Virsica to man up and read the email on the show. He is truly someone who cares a great deal about the community and putting out quality content. I disagree with every point of last week's email and don't want Virsica to change a thing. When you put yourself out there, unfortunately, some people will not offer constructive criticism, but get personal. I could tell it wasn't easy for Virsica to talk about You've earned my respect in a way many people haven't. Keep up the great work. Signed, Kindfish. Thank you, Kindfish, for the email. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
All right. So, Virsica, do you want to read the next one?
Sure. So the next one is from Spartacus Vet. And it says, "Hey, just wanted to drop you guys all a quick note saying how much I appreciate the content you all produce for the Hearthstone community. I don't think the average Joe, me, truly realize how much work and effort and time go into making a show like yours. I also want to give a quick shout out to the mad scientists and how much I've enjoyed watching Team Virsica play in UHL. Have a great show and break a leg at Spartacus Vet." And thank you, Spartacus Vet, for writing that. And I know you really rallied the troops on Twitter this week once you found out about the email, and you were one of the most vocal supporters. You were one of the earliest and most vocal supporters, and for that, we really appreciate that. And this is the part where I really want to give Avantes a lot of credit. Zeroshio does a great job putting together the show notes, and he works really hard, and he's very proud of that, and we're very proud of him for it, because he puts a lot of work in to preparing those for you guys. And the news segment is the meat of our audio show, and the bulk of that is through Zeroshio's hard work. And as far as putting out the quality of show that we put out, that's Avantes. He's worked the layouts. He puts in the time to learn the tech. He stitches the audio together. He somehow manages to make Zeroshio and I look not completely terrible when we show up.
Not completely.
Not completely.
The magic of CGI. No, I'm just kidding.
He does this on top of a 40-plus hour a week job, being an active father, and he does another podcast and edits a third podcast on top of it. So I'm surprised he has time to sleep, and sometimes he just doesn't. This show is very much these guys driving and me getting to sit on top and say, let's try this. It's easy to be the idea guy when you've got two guys putting out the quality of work that my two co-hosts put out. So thank you for noticing. It is a lot of hard work to put Hero Power together, and these two guys right here are they bear the brunt of that. So.
And if you guys don't follow Spartacus Vet on Twitter, you're missing out.
Oh, it's great.
It's great. He is a Photoshop master and
genius.
He does some amazing work.
He does. He's also, you can tell he's knowledgeable, but you can also tell he's wicked funny too, and that is it. He's got the trifecta going. He's talented, he's smart, and he's funny. So if you haven't already given him a follow, give him a follow.
I'd leave my wife for him.
Oh wow! It's that profile picture, isn't it?
It is.
Something about that bare chest and a Boba Fett helmet. Yeah.
I'm gonna praise Spartacus Vet too, because it's hard to find somebody on the internet as awesome as I am, and he definitely meets that goal. And so, good job on you, Spartacus. Thank you.
All right, Zeroshio, I think you're gonna read the third email.
Yep, and this one says, when this game frustrates us and we all want to mind salt, you guys always try to stay positive. Don't let the haters or salt miners get you down. It is a pleasure to have you as part of my weekly routine, and I appreciate everything you do for the community. Hashtag Nerf Toxic Gaming. Hashtag Nerf Priest. All the best from Japan, Steven Sensei. Thank you, Steven. Thank you for listening to us all the way out in Japan. It's great that we have a reach all the way that far. And I agree wholeheartedly with your email. Hashtag Nerf Priest. Yes, good job.
So one more thing before we move on. This will be the last episode where we really talk about this, I hope. So on top of just thanking everybody, I actually did respond to the emailer, and I sent that last night. So if you're listening to the show on podcast, that would have been Tuesday night. So Wednesday, today, I actually took what I copy and pasted the email that I wrote into just a slight blog post, just as closure and transparency, so that everyone could see my response to him and what was said. I felt that was only fair, since I read the bulk of his email on the show, that I at least be transparent in my response. So that is on heropowerhs.com if you want to go and give it a read, just to kind of see how hopefully this how this ends. But I will say that I'm stubborn and I'm persistent. So there's not going to be a whole lot that changes, except for perhaps some delivery when it comes to criticizing certain parts of the game. I will try to be more objective when I do so. So, there was a little bit learned. I obviously made somebody feel that way. So there will be a little more care and a little more forethought into how I'm presenting my opinions moving forward.
Okay. Well, we actually have one more.
Long story short of that is he's going to think a little bit longer, like maybe another 30 seconds before he says he hates Hunter. So no, just kidding.
Well, we actually had one more person write in about this, and for those of you who have been listening to us since the beginning, you will remember the Undertaker we had on the show, who came on to eulogize cards that were leaving standard back at the beginning of Year of the Kraken. So the Undertaker heard the email last week and sent us an audio file he wanted us to play for you guys. So without further ado, the Undertaker.
My dearest friends, yes, it is I, the Hearthstone Undertaker, here to speak with you again about the end of an era. And while I must apologize that I missed eulogizing the Year of the Kraken, as Year of the Mammoth begins drawing to a close, I must mark the passing of another. Or rather, the passing of an entire type. I must note, however, that this is not a eulogy. A eulogy literally means good speech, and signifies praising one we have lost. This type I steadfastly refuse to praise. I will not thank them. I will only condemn, rebuke. Yes, dear friends, tonight I mark the death of the troll in Hearthstone. Not the aberrant berserker, Twilight Summoner, or even Kazakus, my friends, although those are leaving standard. No, I am marking the death of the real-life troll, also known as a bully, the jerk, the unmitigated hole. Tonight, my friends, I invite you to join me in this resolution, for you are truly only my friend if you join me. We hereby denounce the trolls among us, and here loudly announce that they are now and forever dead to us. In Hearthstone, most assuredly, but not only in this community. We will also call out and reject trollish behavior wherever we may find it. In the classroom, in the workplace, in spheres both as private as our families and as public as politics and civil discourse. We will reject trolls, whether they be former heroes, leaders, or entertainers, whether they be parents, siblings, or our own children. We will never deny civility or love. But we will deny hate. We will deny stupidity. We will deny prejudice in all its forms and for whatever reason. Whether it is for something physical, skin color, disability, or what happens to be between one's legs or between one's ears, or something spiritual, one's faith, or one's doubt, or one's reason. Because if you reject a person without a reason, or because they have a belief, behavior, or a characteristic that harms no one else, guess what? That's not their problem. It's yours and yours alone. Here's another thing. The solution is simple. And it's nothing that the object of your hatred must do. The solution is called a door, and it's up to you to walk out of it. And if you have a problem with it, my BattleNet ID is AC and JC number 1542, and you can come at me, bro. Because the hatred is enough. The ignorance is enough. The death is enough. Because that is where this refusal to care and love for each other ultimately leads. Maybe not immediately, but inevitably. By 1,000 stupid, pointless little cuts. It ends here. It ends tonight. My friends, stand with me. Join me. It's not too late.
All right. Don't ever want to awaken the Undertaker. Thank you, AC and JC, for sending that in. We love getting your audio clips. Really missed your audio clips as cards were going out at the beginning of Year of the Mammoth. You do such a fabulous job.
I was going to say, maybe this is a... maybe this is... Well, I was going to say, maybe this is like a sort of a teaser. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to get some eulogies on the way out. It actually would have been really cool to hear a Patch's eulogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to thank AC. He's been a great supporter of the community, and a lot of the reasons why he couldn't last year. He had a lot of changes in his job and stuff. Like he just didn't have time. But thank you, and I think that's the best way to put this thing to rest. I don't think we appreciate the positivity and keep spreading the positivity on Twitter and on social media and through your podcast. But I don't think this matter needs to be discussed and give him any more airtime than it needed. Again, we appreciate what this has done to bring out the positivity in the community, and we're just going to move forward. Thank you again, AC, for putting that nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
There you go.
See what I did there? See what I did there?
Hey, thanks for showing that we're different. Thank you for showing that this community is different.
That's right. All right, guys. So that brings us to the news, and we don't have.
There's no news.
There's not a whole lot, but there was a little tournament this past weekend. The 2018 COPA America HCT Tour stop took place.
And where was that located?
I think it was in Brazil, wasn't it?
In the wilds of Brazil?
Yep. See what you did there.
Yes.
Now, Zeroshio's the one with the head shake. I like it.
That was a good one.
So go ahead, Zeroshio. I'll let you.
Just like the Germany tour stop, this is pretty much just a tour stop that gets you points for the playoffs, and pretty much it's done just like the group stages of all the other HCTs. And we put the link to the results in the show notes. It was on at odd times during the day, so I didn't get to watch a lot of it. But the winner was Reis out of Brazil, who defeated Pinch 3-1. Now, not only did Reis win this, he was undefeated. He came out of Group B unscathed, 2-0, to qualify for the top 8, and he actually had to beat Pinch to get there. Pinch had to come through the losers bracket or the deciders matches to qualify for the top 8. And so both Pinch and Reis were from the same group into the finals. So it was really awesome. So Reis takes it 3-1 and is the Copa America champion. One other match I was able to see is out of the group stages, Yenis actually ended up sneaking into the top 8, and he had to go through Kuonet. And he beat Kuonet 3-1, but Kuonet missed lethal and decided and realized he missed lethal, so he set up for lethal and then missed it again.
Whoa.
Yeah.
2 turns in a row, he missed lethal. And at this point, Yinis has his headphones off. He hadn't conceded, but he had started taking his headphones off when all of a sudden he saw his turn flip, and he put it back on real quick and then defeated Kuonet. It was amazing. It was a major, and Kuonet's out of the United States. It was a major mistake and kind of a faux pas by Kuonet. Now, he was out of region, so he had traveled a long way to get there, so it could have been a little bit of jet lag, could have been a number of things, could have just been heat of the moment. And he was down 2-1, so he would have still had to win another game. So it was really tough seeing that. And then Yinis, who's out of Mexico, ended up getting beaten in the single elimination, which was bad to see. The only American in the top 8 was Phenom, and he is absolutely awesome. I've seen him play. I played with him in some tournaments. It was good to see an American get into the Copa Americas. But, yeah, it was a pretty good tournament. I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but I did catch the VODs of the finals. And there were it was just straight up race. It was Race's tournament to win. He dominated the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually saw clips of the Yinis Kuonet match on YouTube. So, but yeah, I need to go back and watch the last couple of rounds of that. I heard it was really good. So, all right, we also had Wildfest begin this week. So we talked about this a little bit last week in the news, but Wildfest started on February the 19th and will run through March the 11th. And today we got the first of the 2 new tavern brawls, which is Venture into the Wild. So this is a pre-constructed, pre-built deck tavern brawl. You go in, you pick a class, you're given a deck, and then you go play. I have had so much fun with this tavern brawl. So in my match, I needed to get 1 win with Priest to clear out a daily. So I thought, I'll give Priest a shot in tavern brawl. My opening hand, I only have 1 minion in my hand. It's Ragnaros. So I don't, this was after the mulligan, so I have to keep it. I don't draw another minion for the next 7 turns, but I draw a lot of spells and a lot of removal, so I'm able to keep my opponent's board kind of clear. Turn 8, I play Ragnaros. My opponent, being a mage, clears it. Turn 9, I double resurrect to bring back 2 Ragnaroses.
Ragnarai.
My opponent expends almost all of their resources in their hand to remove both Ragnaros. On turn 10, I double Eternal Servitude to bring them both back. And he concedes at that point. But I also had a fully charged Priest Spellstone to bring them back again if I needed to.
That's dirty.
It was a lot of fun.
It's Ragnarai, not Ragnarosis. I think Ragnarosis might be a skin disease.
Yeah. So if you guys
I
had
can't
a
believe
chance,
we're having this conversation.
We lost Virsica.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you guys had a chance to play Tavern Brawl yet? Have you had as much fun as I have?
Yeah, I spanked my opponent turn 5 with Shaman and then promptly left.
Yeah. I played Shaman. I played Hunter. They're very aggro-centric. I did play a few of the different classes today. It's fun. Wild is so wild. I like to be able to predict what my opponent's going to do and plan without knowing what's in the decks. And again, I could look up deck lists for them. But without knowing what's in the deck or in my deck, it's hard to do that. It takes a little bit of fun out for me because I like to plan a little bit. If it was more RNG based, I could understand that. Well, it's RNG, but these are pre-constructed decks that I just don't know what's in them. I like them to set up something. If you pick the class, it shows you what's in the deck, kind of like going into an arena run, and then you hit play. So you can take a moment to look at the deck if it's a pre-constructed one and maybe plan out your attack. But it is what it is. It's Tavern Brawl. I got my pack and I enjoyed it for that.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm really excited for this whole event. I'm a huge fan of Wild, as I've said in past shows. I started a Wild Arena run today because the Wild Arena is live. And I am 3-1 currently with a mage deck that is so much fun because it's almost half mech mage. I got really lucky on my mech draws, so good old classic mech mage. Got a pyroblast to finish him off. Oh, and I got a Ragnaros in that draft as well. So. All kinds of fun.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Love me some Wild.
I guess I've got one of these tokens, right?
No, that's going to actually be next week. Or the next. Yeah, that's going to be the next.
I saw that I had
Tavern
an arena
Brawl.
token. Maybe I had an arena.
No.
If you had an arena live, you would get a token, yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Because they ended your last arena run.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had one. I had one at 2 wins and no losses, and I was like, "Wow, I was doing good. I should have remembered to do that."
I don't remember having one. In fact, I don't ever even remember drafting a deck. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's something to remember. If you guys had an arena run going prior to this event, they retired your arena run and gave you an arena token. So, all right. Yes, Wild.Ben. Rag forever. So, all right. This week's deck that we're going to talk about was actually presented to us by Virsica.
No.
And it's a hunter deck.
No.
So.
Shut the front door, really?
Yeah, I know, right? So the name of this deck is Charge is King.
Oh, now see, that's a Virsica name.
So I'm going to run down the deck list, and then I'll turn it over to Virsica to kind of talk about the deck. So it is 1 Candle Shot, 2 Hunter's Mark, 2 Play Dead, 2 Explosive Trap, 1 Flare, 2 Freezing Trap, 2 Animal Companion, 1 Deadly Shot, 2 Eaglehorn Bow, 1 Kill Command, 1 Stitch Tracker, 2 Flanking Strike, 1 Spellbreaker, 2 Carnivorous Cube, 2 Faceless Manipulator, Leroy Jenkins, 1 Lesser Emerald Spellstone, 2 Charged Devil Sore, Katharina Winter Wisp, and King Crush. So, Virsica, take it away.
I mean, the deck is pretty self-explanatory. You just control the board until you figure out a way to cheat out King Crush or Charge Devil Sars, and then you eat them with the cube, and then you play dead on the cubes, and you get bunches of King Crushes or Charged Devil Sars, and then you eat your opponent's face.
That's pretty straightforward. Just eat your opponent's face after you have
think Jurassic
7
World.
King Crush. Just think Jurassic Park.
Think Jurassic World.
Oh, Jurassic World. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I think the most fun I've had with this deck, I had 4 King Crushes on the board on the same turn from 1 Carnivorous Cube and 2 Play Deads. It was pretty disgusting. There was a while where I was running Barnes in here, and so you would Barnes, but I couldn't keep the King Crush around long enough to eat it with the cube. So
yeah, and it's hard. I mean, I bet times you Barnes Katharina was awesome though.
Yeah. When you Barnes Katharina, that's usually pretty good. But most of the time, it was either a Devilsaur or a Crush. Or sometimes you would Barnes a cube, and then they would know what was up. So I ended up just taking Barnes out and just biding my time and waiting for the charged Devilsaur. There actually was a time though where I cubed Leroy. And, that was a turn 10 play where I cubed Leroy, and then they were just like unable to kill the cube, and the next turn I hit the 2 Play Deads on the cube, and there's a whole lot of fried chicken.
This deck gives me a little PTSD. So the final week of Sylvanas League and THL, I played against a similar deck to this. It definitely wasn't identical to this. There's obviously Virsica Flare here. And Cinder defeated me 2 games with this deck, with the Hunter kind of charge, Katharina, Carnivorous Cube combo. And it hurt. It hurt a lot, and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, so let's talk last thoughts on anything we've talked about. Zeroshio, we'll start with you.
I'm going to talk about something that we haven't talked about. I've had a lot going on in my life last few months, and I appreciate the community being behind me. I have had 2 friends in the last 4 months suffer from heart conditions. They weren't only a couple of years older than me. So men or women, anybody out there, a heart condition can seem like chest congestion. You might think you have the flu. If you are suffering from lack of breathing, sluggishness, get your blood pressure checked. Get your pulse checked. It's easy to do. You can do it at any pharmacy for free. If you avoid the warning signs or ignore them, you could have your life taken away from you early. So please get yourself checked for any heart conditions, and it's a fairly easy procedure for them to go in, give you some blood thinners, and help you adjust your diet so that it can be resolved. But if you are having any kind of cholesterol issues and a risk of a heart failure or any kind of heart episode, please get yourself checked, because it doesn't just hurt you, it hurts your loved ones.
All right. I want to say one last thing, and that is that my UHL season ends Friday at 4:30 Eastern against WoW.bin, and I am excited to say that the 3 decks that I am bringing against WoW.bin are as off meta as you can get. So they are straight out of the cooker, and whether they're successful or not, if he doesn't just straight up blaze through them, then hopefully it will be fun to watch. So if you can tune in 4:30 Eastern on Friday. If not, then I will do my best to find some kind of VOD or...
I will try my best to set up a stream remotely, so there may not be any shoutcasters, but you could probably just watch Virsica's stream on our channel. I'll log in and spectate both you and WoW.bin, and people can watch on our channel, but there may not be any spectators because I will also be at work. But I can remote into my computer at home, fire up the streaming app, fire up Hearthstone, get them both running, and then, drive home while y'all play or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Well,
Yeah, I will also be at work, but that's also my anniversary, so I probably will not be able to immediately come and shoutcast as soon as I get home. So, I'm excited to see how you finish up the season. Not necessarily on your wins and losses, but how you play the game.
I was gonna say,
Exactly.
I'm planning to win against Ben, but I also, part of me doesn't want to be what prevents him from getting to the playoffs. So
Yes, you
I
do.
guess
Yes, you do.
in my own way, if I beat him, I want it to be 100% me. So
Yeah.
that way, if that happens, then at least it happened that way. If it doesn't happen, then he hopefully gets in, and we get to see him make a run at the top. So it's still anybody's
you are his
game.
final boss.
I am his final boss.
So, thank you, AC and JC, for the subscription. We greatly appreciate it, sir. We appreciate all you do.
What I can promise is that it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
And fun is what we enjoy. We love to watch Hearthstone and have fun. So, all right, guys. So I guess that's going to do it. If you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOgamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you can help support and improve it by joining our Patreon. There you'll get exclusive access to our patron-only Discord and access to our quarterly patron tournaments. You can go to patreon.com/HeroPower for more information. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
All right, gentlemen. One thing I did not ask is who's driving this week? I'm guessing Virsica just mouthed, I am, because he's muted.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was like,
and
long
yes.
pause.
Yes and yes. I was
Excellent.
muted, and yes, I'm driving.
I was
Okay.
worried
No
about the
way.
long pause. I'm like, do we not figure this out? Uh-oh. Because I don't have the deck belt.
Well, I actually have been wanting, Crush is one of the classic legendaries I've not ever pulled or opened or had. So I actually went ahead and just crafted him this week for this deck because I need him anyway. I eventually want to get the entire full classic set. So. All
Is the ultimate feel bad moment when you draw King Crush into your hand in this deck.
right.
All right, so the chances are at this lowly rank, this will be, in fact, Zulok.
Yep.
I
So,
would say so, yeah.
the question we have to ask ourselves is, do we want him drawing cards from the librarian and taking the damage for them? Because that is probably going to be what we see first. So do we keep one freezing trap or do we keep two?
I think we keep both.
The other thing to remember is that if you throw a card back, there is a good chance you're going to draw one of the cards you need for your combo later.
That's true. So,
What do you think?
Zeroshio's gone for the moment, so I say keep the
All right.
freezing trap and at least a freezing trap and a play dead, or both.
I just went ahead and kept both freezing traps. Hunter's
and
Mark.
draw to Hunter's Mark. Okay.
Yeah. So we don't have a great hand, and there's the librarian.
Yep. So do we coin into the trap?
I don't. If we coin into the trap, he's going to take another 2 points of damage, which is not bad, but he'll draw another card.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been playing some Zoolock just to get more familiar with the deck. I especially like Wicked Good's Elemental Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I've had trouble with is that I tend to draw Soulfires and I tend to draw the Soulfires and I tend to draw the Doom Guards at the same time. I end up discarding one or both of them. So I'm not that worried about him drawing cards for 2 damage with that because he's going to do it with his hero power anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I do like the mulligan. I agreed with you 100%. You don't want to draw your combo in this deck. We do have Katharina, which is not that terrible.
No, so now we have to decide whether we want to maximize our value with Explosive Trap or go ahead and get our damage in. I'm thinking that we probably just want to wait.
I think we want to wait.
Explosive Trap in another turn or two.
Yeah, I'd like to use Explosive Trap with maybe a Hunter's Mark as well.
Right.
If he puts out that Vulgar Homunculus again. So hero power sounds good here.
Yeah.
We really need to stall and get into our turns 9 and 10.
Yeah.
That's when we're really going to start running rampant. And he's already at 18 now. He'll be at 16 when this trap goes off.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, that's not terrible. We do have charged double swords in there, so that's not.
That's not really what we wanted to see. Okay.
So is this an Explosive Trap Hunter's Mark turn?
I don't
or do we
think
care
so.
about the homunculus?
I think we do because one of the lists that I've seen runs the potion that gives it.
Yes.
So I think we're probably good for. I want to chance it, gamble, and go another turn.
I'm fine with
that. Maybe do it next turn.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm going to be a little greedy and hoping that I get what I really like to see would be a Flame Imp drop. But I feel like we would get a lot of value then.
Yeah. Yeah, if he drops a Flame Imp, that's really good value. And we have health to play with.
So we don't really have to worry about stealth. We don't have to worry about traps. I say we cycle this flare.
I'd say so too. I mean, there is some stealth in this deck, but nothing that Explosive Trap won't deal with.
There's the cue. We already have Play Dead, so
we just got to get Katharina as a stick.
Just have to survive. He's going to hit me with Doomguard soon, so I think we probably need to start really paying attention to the damage we take. So
one thing to know is that Vulgar Homunculus that's on the board, he played it for 2, which means it was not the one that got freezing trapped. So he still has another Vulgar Homunculus in his hand, which is another 2 damage to his own face.
Right. I think we go ahead and do Hunter's Mark Explosive Trap.
I don't hate it.
That way we cut this turn's damage down to 1.
Yeah.
We still need to stall out another 3 turns.
With as low health as he is there any merit to throwing down a naked Carnivorous Cube?
It depends on what he throws down this turn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a big guy. Ah. This no bueno.
I don't think we're going to get to our combo.
I don't think so either.
So let's go ahead and play down the naked cube. So we have something to compete on board.
We
Maybe
might
we'll
just
get.
go over top of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we get lucky, maybe he trades it in.
Oh, this sets it up for kill command.
Yeah.
Those taunts are really. He is majorly taunt heavy. This is like Zoo with taunts.
Actually, this is.
I like
better.
the flanking strike's even better. We can flanking strike. Do we kill command face?
I don't hate it.
I mean, that's damage
for
is
me.
sticking.
Yeah,
And we can start weaving in our hero power.
because unless we draw a charged Devilsaur on our draw next turn,
This next turn, we probably need to use our in-hand charge Devil Sword to get rid of that the 7 health taunt. We're only going to get one beast off
Yeah,
of.
I actually
Katrina,
don't think that's a bad idea. Play the Charged Devil Sword this turn, and then next turn you Katharina and play dead.
well,
Yes.
so here's the problem with that. If I draw the other charged Devilsaur, Katrina is a dead card.
Exactly.
So if I play her now, I can use the charged Devilsaur that comes out to clear. I won't get the charge value off the other charged Devilsaur, but at least I'll be competing for the board.
Okay.
Yeah. The only problem I have with that is that he can dictate what happens with that charged Devil Sword if he has a way to clear it on his turn.
That's true.
I don't think he does. I don't think he runs Siphon Souls or anything like that, but obviously his list is not the stock zoo list.
Yeah, because
I don't hate either.
You're
I mean,
right, because play dead's not going to do anything with Katharina.
Well, it'll allow us to decide when that other charge comes out.
Maybe
That's it.
if we don't draw it.
I was going to say, Katrina is. We'll just chance her being dead.
Yeah. We're probably going to get more use out of if we draw the other Carnivorous Cube.
I was just saying her battle
Another one.
her death rattle is going to be worthless anyway because that charged Devilsaur come out on the battle cry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so now that charged Devilsaur is going to just do what it would have done normally anyway.
Ooh.
Well, there's a silence.
Yeah, but it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Just Katharina and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. This develops us with the 6/6 on the board, so that's.
And we just
Oh, we
trade
don't
you.
wait. We don't even need to use a play dead. So, because
Well, I mean,
Because
there is
there's no more
Yeah, it does
targets.
nothing.
right.
yeah,
Play dead is dead.
wow, he
Cubing
really
it.
wants to. The problem is he's healing us, so that really doesn't do much. That also does nothing.
Yeah, now Spellbreaker the cube.
No, the only thing that's going to come out of the cube is 2 other cubes that don't.
They both
won't
have. Yeah, they
No,
did.
they won't have anything. If you eat a cube with a cube, they come out with nothing in them.
I
'Cause it
believe
makes
that's
copies of
correct.
them.
I remember hearing about
I've made
that.
this mistake before. I've made this mistake personally. So,
So
I mean, we can silence it to keep 2 more 4/6s from coming on the board. That's valid.
But I mean, we crush, right? We crush and
Wait,
take
is this
him to
lethal?
one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
lethal.
Well, we can't. If we can't kill him, then I don't think we do it because he's just going to run those 2/2s in and he'll back up.
Yeah, well, it's not lethal because we can't weave in the hero power too. I like silencing it and then just going face.
Yeah,
What about silencing a mistress, flanking, striking it, and then going face?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's good too. That pretty much does the same amount of. That negates the same amount of healing / damage. So that works.
and hero power. Yeah.
Yep. Now this sets up for a King Crust lethal, barring healing, additional healing.
He'll run the mistress in, and he'll get that healing.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll help him at this point. So he's just gonna get if you cursor over them, they don't have any flag underneath them, so
You're
nothing
right.
happens. Yeah, I learned that the hard way because it makes a copy of the minion that it eats. So he needs like a sack pack.
Which he has.
I meant dark pack, yeah. So, gee. So you just crush it? Make him deal with it, or?
No, if we crush, the crush is dead.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you Animal Companion and Deadly Shot.
Okay.
I actually got
Oh.
Huffer.
Do we clear the other minion with Huffer? I like Deadly Shot, clear the other minion with Huffer, and use Hero Power.
Okay.
Because until he gets Gul'dan, if he gets Gul'dan, if he has Gul'dan in this deck, we're going to win the race with Hero Powers.
Well, I have Leroy still. I have a Carnivorous Cube still. I have 2 Faceless Manipulators still. I have a Lesser Emerald Spellstone. And a Stitch Tracker. An Eagle Horn Bow.
So King Crush face here?
I think you crush face here.
Because the only real clear way I see him doing it is running the 6/6 and Hellfire, and that puts him in lethal with Hero Power next turn. So he can't Hellfire. That's a pain.
That'll do.
But now he's got a couple. He's only a couple Hero Powers away from dying.
And he's used a lot of healing already.
Yes. He probably has one dark pack left, I would assume. Did he use both spellstones? No, he's only used one. He's used both of his mistresses. Is he gonna Hellfire?
He Hellfired.
He's
gotta
got to
have
heal.
pack.
He's going to
Dark
pack,
has to.
yeah.
Wow, it takes so much damage off the board for him. He's not in a good spot.
Yeah, but I don't have anything to back
And
it
he
up.
taps. Oh, he taps.
So what does that tell us? That tells us that he has... What?
I like this
And
play.
play dead.
I mean, I'd love to have our hero power weaved in, but with Misha, and there's a charge. That's so he still has one more Doomguard in the deck and one more Void Lord.
That is a lot of taunt.
That is, but it's not a lot of attack on the taunt. Oh, is he Mortal Coil?
Defile.
Defile. Faceless.
He's dead.
Is he dead?
Yeah, lethal. Faceless on the Doom
Oh
card.
yeah, Faceless on Doom card. Good call.
Nice.
Nice.
Well played.
That's using your resources. Ooh, that was a fun game. That was a really neat. It's almost like a mid-range demon lock. That wasn't Zoo at all.
Right, it looked like Zoo at the beginning. I
Yeah.
played it like I was playing as Zoo. It wasn't until he dark packed that I really felt like, uh-oh. Maybe I have overstretched. He would have straight up been dead if we hadn't drawn Crush, though.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we're definitely throwing Crush back. And definitely throwing Cube back. And honestly, I think we can throw Play Dead back as well.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna need Play Dead early. We are running 2 in the deck, so
And it's fun when you get both of them at the same time.
So
we
get
definitely
flanking strikes, animal companion, eagle horn bow, and explosive trap. That's not a bad early game.
No, kill command, not animal.
Or kill command, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we know this is definitely not surrender. You
Yeah.
know, the pro player, sorry, it's not surrender.
But it is Pirate Warrior.
Did you see him bounce over his patches? I wonder if he's his first time he's played with it.
So, do we get greedy, hero power here, and
hope to get better value?
Play? See, I
Here's
don't think so.
Here's the problem with that. If we do get greedy, then he'll get value. He has a coin. He can put out the cultist that buffs his weapon, and that's where we'll get punished.
Yeah, I agree. I also
Because
don't want a South Sea Deckhand charging in and taking 5 next turn.
I've been in this position where I decided to get greedy and paid for it.
Yeah. Armor up.
Nope.
No. Second is off first name.
Is that all he's going to do?
Yep.
That's all he's going to do.
I definitely don't want to give this back to him.
Eagle horn bow.
We can bow it. We can
So
bow
I
it down.
think bow. And I think we do have to take this out, don't we?
I think so.
Okay. Yes, Trixie, we won. He flipped the coin? He flipped the coin too many times, which is why we won.
Right. But we flipped the coin just enough.
Yeah. Hunter is very good at flipping the coin.
I have never seen the hero power as a coin until he mentioned it to me one day, and I was like, yeah.
What about
Okay, so
flanking strike?
I think we flanking strike here
I agree.
I like flanking strike. It develops the board.
and enables kill command.
Yep. Which that means if he coins out Hydra, we can kill command it, running 3/3, also doing 6 damage to his face.
Corcoran Elite.
Go face. Go face. Get greedy. Yeah. Yeah. I think that gets kill commanded.
I think you are correct.
I mean, the other option is faceless and then run itself into it. But
And then I think freezing trap.
Yep. In case he has
Yep.
another charge minion. Yep. And go
And
face.
this will give us a charge on our bow if he does have a charge minion.
Exactly.
Yahar. Yahar. I'm okay with that getting frozen. Or we can kill it.
No, I think we just let it get frozen if he goes face. I mean, you could really tick him off and hit it with a silence, so when it comes back out next turn, it's just a 3/3.
Well, it will be anyways. It won't come out as a 4/4.
Right,
It
because
does
it
not
doesn't have a
come up when it
weapon.
goes again. Yeah.
It's a 4, 6. Yeah.
I mean, we could silence it and run our wolf into it.
Or you could just attack face, flanking strike face.
Can't
you
flanking
can't flank
strike.
Oh,
strike
okay, you can't
face.
flanking strike face. Yeah, okay. So then just hero power.
We'll just face.
Not with our weapon, though, right?
Right.
Because we want that charge.
Now the question is, does he realize it?
Well, I worry he has a lesser charge. Okay. It's not good, but... Wah wah.
And this is just straight up pirate warrior.
Yep.
So,
So we're in
So
a little
if
bit of
we-
trouble.
it will, if we hunters mark her and flanking strike her and then go... Will we have enough to even a hero power? Yes.
Yes.
So that's 8 points of damage. That sets up lethal
Katharina
with
next
Katharina
turn.
next turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it not?
Yeah,
If we
it
keep
does.
our board, unless he kills us. I mean,
Right.
Leroy Jenkins is the thing.
And he's got 4
That's still
on that
only 9.
axe. No, he's got 4 on the axe.
All he needs is Leroy. He would have snapped it by now if he had it, I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
Nope. And he didn't have a taunt.
No.
So is this going to be death by Devilsaur or death by
King
Crush?
Crush.
Let's find out. Death by Crush.
There we go.
GG.
We beat a pirate warrior.
All right.
Nice. 2-0.
Yep. 2-0.
So I think this will go down as one of our fastest episodes.
Yeah.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I mean,
Guys,
straight up 1 hour.
can't beat that. So, but it was a good show. I feel like we had a lot of great feedback from the community. We had an awesome Undertaker segment. That was great.
The rise of the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And we didn't even need a WrestleMania for it.
Oh.
I love the trailer.
Oh, yeah. So,
I mean, what do you say to something like that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, fair enough.
all right, guys.
All right, so I'm looking, and I saw it when I logged in, but now I don't see my arena token. So
Oh.
Well, it says
Maybe-
you're thinking about entering the arena, so.
Yeah, well, maybe once you go in, it'll just give it to you. I don't know.
no, it's gonna make me. Oh, never mind. So I'm on I was looking at it on my phone, and I was still on my EU account on my phone.
Ah, gotcha.
And
That's
you
what it
must
was.
have had an arena run on your EU account. Gotcha.
I did have an arena run from the last time I got free arenas,
There you go.
But you never finished.
but I never finished. Yeah,
All right, guys. So
so
I
I have
guess,
to check in later.
yeah, I guess that's going to do it for us tonight. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you've not done so already, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. For more details about how to join our patron-only Discord, you can find that at patreon.com/heropower. And we'll see you all again next week. Good gaming.
Bye, guys. Have fun.